Greetings from the South Asian People's Action on Climate Crisis. We are very happy that you are doing a rally tomorrow to protect the Mahadayi River. In a sense, it's a renewal of the whole movement, people's movement to protect the Western Ghats. Um, this movement in recent times started sometime in the 1980s when there was a Save the Western Ghats march that was done right from the northern tip of the Western Ghats to the southern tip. After which the people's movement took a pause, and in a sense, it got renewed again sometime in the mid 90s when there was a lot of industry that tried to locate around Mangalore and Udupi region, and people there started protesting about the overloading of industry in that region. It was at that time that basically um, the idea came to our mind that the entire Western Ghats should be declared as an ecologically sensitive area. And some of us scientists and environmentalists did two major studies um, on 25,000 square kilometers and wrote two scientific reports as to why these two areas called SESA and KESA should be declared as ecologically sensitive. And in fact, in the for the SESA report, there were many people from Belgaum, Dharwad region who contributed to that report. That includes Paryavarani and its members and many others. Um, Now, these reports were submitted to the ministry, but the ministry took no action in this matter. However, what happened was that when Jairam Ramesh became the minister, we persuaded him to do something about the Western Ghats, and that is how he set up the Madhav Gadgil committee, which then wrote a lengthy report suggesting that various parts of the Western Ghats should be protected in various ways. However, the Madhav Gadgil report or its successor report, the Kasturi Rangan report, never really got implemented in any of the states in which the Western Ghats lie. Um, Let me point out one or two other important aspects of the Western Ghats. The Western Ghats, in fact, is one of the major water towers in the country, that which includes the Himalayas, the Eastern Ghats, and the Northeast. As a water tower, it plays an extremely important role in providing water through four major rivers on the eastern side and many minor rivers on the eastern as well as the western side. And it provides water to the Deccan Plateau. Now, the Western Ghats is under threat from deposition of acid gases like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, and is under risk of forest dieback. And if that happens, then the ability of the Western Ghats to be able to store water, monsoon, what comes as precipitation in the monsoon, and release it gradually for about 8 to 10 months, that will be compromised. And what will happen is that there will be flash floods during the monsoon period and dry riverbeds for maybe 6 months or so, which will lead to migration of population from the Deccan Plateau, etc., etc., crop yield losses and things of the sort. So it is extremely important, in fact, to save the Western Ghats, to conserve the Western Ghats for several reasons. I mean, including, of course, its capacity to sequester carbon. And so what you're doing is absolutely in the right direction. And our congratulations that you are taking up this task. Um, Lastly, I would just make 2 points very quickly. One is that we've all been working in silos, and out of every 10 battles we fight, we lose 9 of them. It is extremely important for us to come together and collaborate and cooperate despite differences that we may have. Otherwise, we are going to lose the war. It's very important to form a rainbow coalition. The other point I would like to make is that the issue of the Western Ghats or the Mahadayi River, these are all interconnected with all the other environmental problems. What we have done basically is to overuse nature, and it is the impact of which you can see both at the local and global level. At the local level, you have overuse of resources, water resources, other natural resources, and so on. And at the global level, you can see that climate change and the ozone hole. These are impacts that you see at the global level. Now, you cannot, in fact, completely protect the or take up the issues at the local level without simultaneously taking up the issues at the global level, and vice versa. So not only is it important to take up local issues like the Mahadayi River, but simultaneously it is extremely important to take up issues like climate change. These two issues are connected through carbon and energy networks. And it's extremely important to understand what these networks are. So, actually, the Mahadayi River problem um, is a subset, in fact, of the entire global environmental crisis that we face today. So, good luck for tomorrow's rally. Thank you very much.